Hamas is a militant Palestinian nationalist and Islamist movement that aims to establish an independent Islamic state in historical Palestine, which includes the territories of Israel, the West Bank, and the Gaza Strip. Hamas was founded in 1987 as an offshoot of the Muslim Brotherhood, a transnational Sunni Islamist organization. Hamas opposes the secular approach of the Palestine Liberation Organization, PLO, which is the internationally recognized representative of the Palestinian people, and rejects any compromise or recognition of Israel. Hamas embraces the use of violence, including brazen acts of terrorism, as a means to achieve its goals. It provides social services and humanitarian aid to the Palestinian population, especially in the Gaza Strip, where it has been in control since 2007. Hamas has a dual structure consisting of a political wing and a military wing. The political wing is responsible for the governance and diplomacy of Hamas, while the military wing is responsible for the armed resistance and attacks against Israel. Hamas's ideology is based on a synthesis of pan-Arab Islamic religious ideals and Palestinian nationalism. Hamas draws its inspiration from the Quran and the teachings of its founder, Sheikh Ahmed Yassin, who was killed by Israel in 2004. Hamas's long-term goal is to create a Palestinian Islamic state that would wholly replace Israel. Its short-term goals include ensuring its political and military position in Gaza and the West Bank and gaining international recognition and support. Hamas is considered a terrorist organization by many countries, including the United States, Canada, the European Union, and Israel. However, some countries, such as Turkey, Qatar, and Iran, have maintained relations with Hamas and provided it with financial and military assistance. Hamas is also supported by many Palestinians who see it as a legitimate resistance movement against the Israeli occupation and oppression. It faces many challenges and criticisms, both internally and externally. Internally, Hamas has to deal with the rival factions within the Palestinian political scene, such as Fatah, the dominant party of the PLO, and the Islamic Jihad, a more radical Islamist group. Externally, Hamas has to cope with the Israeli blockade and military operations, the Egyptian crackdown on the smuggling tunnels, the regional instability and conflicts, and the international isolation and pressure. Hamas has been involved in several rounds of negotiations and reconciliation attempts with Fatah and other Palestinian parties, but none have resulted in a lasting agreement or a unified Palestinian leadership. Hamas has also participated in several ceasefires and truces with Israel, but none have ended the cycle of violence and retaliation. The latest escalation of the conflict began in October 2023, when Hamas launched a massive attack on Israel, killing hundreds of civilians and soldiers. Israel responded decisively with a bombing campaign and a blockade of Gaza, with the goal of eliminating Hamas, but at the unfortunate cost of inflicting a heavy toll on Palestine's civilian population. Some have called for an immediate ceasefire and a return to negotiations, but the prospects for peace remain troubling.